The crime scene, the mugshot, the white Bronco chase.
In the car.
95 million people watched unfold. 150 million watched the trial. It was the trial of last century, but the images, the aftermath, the implications still resonate in this century, 30 years later.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime.
O.J. acquitted of all criminal charges connected to the 1994 grisly double murder of his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman.
Matter of people versus.
And with wall-to-wall coverage of the case, each of the courtroom players became instant household names.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Johnny Cochran led the defense, and that was the moment that may have won the trial. In 1996, he talked to us about the trial.
Did you say once that you expected to make $5 million from the Simpson case?
No, it wasn't me. No, that was Robert Shapiro.
Robert Shapiro said that.
No.
He, along with much of the other defense team, Robert Shapiro, F. Lee Bailey, and Robert Kardashian, have all since passed away.
Mr. Kardashian, where the bag is? Would you answer me now?
Robert was hounded every day by reporters asking about O.J.'s garment bag that he was seen carrying in news video.
What has occurred is very serious.
For the prosecution, Marcia Clark and Chris Darden. Marcia would never prosecute another case, but she did produce a TV drama that mirrored those infamous murders.
Mega movie star Severin Sevy Johnson stands accused of stabbing his ex-wife to death.
We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty.
Did you ever think, you know, when you were prosecuting, that this is what you would end up doing?
Of course not.
Chris just lost an election in Los Angeles, but a few years ago he told us that he never wavered in his belief that O.J. was guilty.
It is today as it was. It was him.
But he could never shake those infamous gloves.
They did fit. It's going to be on my epitaph.
O.J.'s house guest at Rockingham, Kato Kaelin, continued his career in commercials and on Celebrity Big Brother.
Kato Kaelin!
I wish to express my love and compassion to the Goldmans, to Fred and to Kim. I hope you find closure. And finally, to the family of the beautiful Nicole Brown Simpson.
And then there was LA cop Mark Furman, painted by O.J.'s legal team as a racist who set up O.J. He is now a forensic and crime scene expert for Fox News Channel.
It's just become a new normal, minus my son, without any of the opportunity to share his life with them.
Ron Goldman's father, Fred, and sister Kim were tireless advocates for justice. Today, Fred told NBC News this about O.J.'s death. It's no great loss to the world. It's a further reminder of Ron's being gone.
Everything shifted and was lost for a really long time.
Not guilty of the crime of murder upon Ronald Lyle Goldman.
On the 20th anniversary of the verdicts, she talked about it on the Today Show.
The sadness on that girl's face in that picture. I don't feel like I'm her as much anymore. I still carry that angst and that grief with me, but I walk with a little bit more composure now.
O.J. and Nicole's kids were public figures during the trial and were raised right here. His daughter Sydney lived under an assumed name and earned her sociology degree in 2010. She and her brother reportedly moved to Florida and have lived under the radar. And overseeing it all was Judge Ito, now retired, but who can forget the Tonight Show's Dancing Itos? Around the water coolers, on campuses, and in homes and businesses everywhere, people were glued to their TV almost 29 years ago for the jury's final decision.
Breaking down everything in the life of O.J. Simpson and the trial we all lived through with Pat LaLama, who reported on this for KCBS when it all went down.
I've had the privilege of covering some of the biggest events in American history, yet this case is the one that singularly stands out in my mind.
Pat, what's the headline on the death of O.J.?
Good question. I would say the headline is the fact that even after all these years, how much O.J. Simpson and this case resonates with the entire country. I woke up this morning and when I heard the news, Billy, I hadn't realized how much it was still in my DNA.
At the time, the verdict drew a stark dividing line through the country.
It is shortly before noon Chicago time, and history is in the making.
That was evident as Oprah and her audience watched live.
So you will be seeing this audience's reactions as the verdict is being read. Are you nervous?
Yes. Oh, I'm nervous. We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony upon Nicole Brown Simpson, a human being, as charged in count 1.
Oprah frozen. And that live reaction symbolizing perfectly just how split the country was on October 3rd of 1995, when O.J. was set free.
I think justice was served.